Today we are going to dive deeply into an idea that may seem so small at first glance, yet it has the potential to completely transform your life if you take it seriously and apply it consistently. The idea is simple. Improve yourself by just 1% every single day. It doesn't sound like much, it doesn't sound dramatic or exciting, but when you really understand it and live by it, you begin to see how this one principle can change the way you think, the way you act, and the results you get in every single area of your life. People are often chasing big transformations, overnight success stories, or dramatic changes that will turn everything around in a matter of weeks. But the truth is that lasting success and real growth don't come from giant leaps. They come from small, steady, and consistent progress. That's what the 1% improvement rule is all about. When you look at this principle from the outside, it appears incredibly simple. It doesn't overwhelm you with complicated steps or flashy promises. The exterior is clean and approachable, saying only one thing: be a little better than you were yesterday. That's it. No pressure to be perfect. No unrealistic expectation to double your skills in a week. Just small progress. That outer simplicity is what makes it so appealing, because anyone can look at it and think, yes, I can do that. I can improve 1% today. It's like looking at a product that has a minimalist design. You see it and immediately know how it works. There are no confusing buttons or overwhelming instructions. It's so simple you want to try it. And that's the beauty of the exterior of this idea. But the inside is where the real transformation happens. When you enter the interior of this principle, you discover that it is all about mindset. It teaches you to think differently about growth. Most people believe they have to wait for big breakthroughs or life-changing moments. But the interior of the 1% idea shows you that the real breakthroughs come from small daily wins. You create habits, you build discipline, you develop patience, you read one more page, you learn one more word, you practice one more skill. These little actions become the interior furniture of your personal growth. They make you feel comfortable on the journey because nothing feels too heavy or impossible. The interior is designed to keep you motivated, to help you stay consistent, and to make growth feel natural instead of forced. Now let's consider performance, because at the end of the day, we all want to know how well something works. The performance of this principle is incredible once you understand compounding. If you improve 1% each day, it doesn't just add up, it multiplies. By the end of a year, you're not just 365% better, you're almost 37 times better than where you started. That's the performance level we're talking about. Imagine applying this to your career. If you made 1% more progress at your job every day, you would become a completely different professional in just a year. Imagine applying it to your health. If you made 1% healthier choices daily, your body and mind would transform. It's the same in relationships, in studies, in financial growth. The performance isn't about one big event. It's about the silent power of small steps building over time. Like a vehicle that starts slow but gradually picks up speed. Before you know it, you're traveling at a pace you never thought possible. Safety is another critical element. Any good philosophy must protect you from burnout and discouragement, and that's exactly what the 1% approach does. The reason so many people fail at self-improvement is because they set massive goals they can't sustain. They decide they'll exercise for 2 hours every day or completely change their diet overnight, and within a week they give up because it's just too much. The 1% approach is safe because it avoids this trap. You never feel overwhelmed. You never feel like the task is impossible. Instead, you always feel like today's step is manageable. And if you miss a day, it doesn't ruin everything because you can easily pick it up again tomorrow. This makes it safe for anyone, regardless of age or background. It's like having safety belts and airbags in your journey of growth. You're always protected from crashing under the pressure of unrealistic expectations. The unique selling point of this philosophy is that it works for everyone. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, young or old, educated or uneducated. It doesn't require money or special resources. All it asks for is consistency. That's why it is universal. Another unique quality is its flexibility. You can apply it in any area of life. If you're a student, improve your study habits 1% daily. If you're an entrepreneur, make your business 1% stronger each day. If you're an athlete, train 1% harder. If you're working on relationships, show 1% more kindness and attention. It adapts to whatever goal you have. And because it is so flexible, it never gets outdated or irrelevant. It is timeless. No matter what century you live in, no matter what culture or environment, the principle of small, consistent growth always works. That's what makes it stand out among thousands of self-improvement strategies that fade away with time. Now let's talk about price, because every valuable thing has a cost. The 1% rule doesn't cost you money, but it does demand effort The price is patience and persistence. It asks you to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the progress seems invisible. That's the real cost. Discipline. Most people want instant rewards. They want to see results tomorrow. And when they don't, they quit. That's why they never succeed. But if you are willing to pay the price of daily consistency, the results are massive. One push-up today may not mean much, but hundreds of push-ups over time will transform your body. One page today may not mean much, but hundreds of pages later, you have finished books that change your knowledge. That is the price, and though it seems small, it demands commitment. The cost is light on the daily level, but heavy in terms of discipline. But if you pay it, the rewards are priceless. All of this brings us to the conclusion that true success in life is not about miracles or luck. It is about steady progress. The 1% rule is not glamorous, but it is powerful. If you focus on small daily improvements, you guarantee long-term success. Think of boiling water. At 99 degrees, it is hot, but at 100 degrees, it boils. That 1 degree makes all the difference. In the same way, your 1% daily improvements may feel small, but eventually they cross the threshold where everything changes. Suddenly, your life begins to boil with energy, opportunities, and success. That is the hidden magic of this philosophy. When you apply it to real life, you see just how transformative it is. Imagine you are struggling in your studies. Instead of trying to study for 10 hours a day, you commit to just reading one extra page, solving one more question, learning one more definition. Over time, your knowledge expands dramatically and you become excellent in your field. Imagine your finances. You don't need to earn a fortune instantly. Just save a little more each day. Cut one unnecessary expense, invest a tiny amount consistently. Years later, you have wealth that surprises even you. Imagine your health. Instead of starving yourself or following impossible diets, you add 1% healthier choices, an extra glass of water, one less spoon of sugar, one short walk. Slowly but surely, your health improves and your body thanks you. And it doesn't stop at personal goals. Even relationships can be transformed by this philosophy. If every day you show 1% more patience, 1% more kindness, 1% more attention to your loved ones, over time the relationship becomes strong and unbreakable. These are the hidden treasures of small steps. They may not be noticeable today, but tomorrow and the next day they build into something unshakable. The most inspiring part of all this is how it changes you as a person. Every day that you show up and improve even a little, you prove to yourself that you can be consistent. You begin to trust yourself. You start to feel capable. You know that if you set your mind to something, you can grow. That belief is more valuable than any external success. Because once you believe in yourself, there is nothing that can stop you. Self-trust is the ultimate achievement, and the 1% rule gives it to you slowly but surely. So the invitation is clear. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Start today. Improve yourself by 1% today. It doesn't matter how small the step is. What matters is that you take it and then you repeat tomorrow and the next day and the next. One day you will look back and realize that the life you dreamed of wasn't built in a day. It was built 1% at a time. And that will be the moment you understand the real power of small, consistent improvements. Your future self will look back with gratitude, amazed at the life you created simply by respecting the magic of getting better 1% every day.